Hi, my name is Kahlovera. I'm an LA artist currently living in Pomona, California. I branch into all kinds of other art forms, but body painting is by far my favorite. Well, I'm going to show you how to make some line work with this is my water-based makeup for face painting. And it's one of the most important things you're going to do when you're learning how to face paint is how to make line work. So this is what we call teardrop shape, where you apply a lot of pressure onto your brush and then slightly lift it as you're dragging it out. It's one of the most important parts of face painting is learning how to make good line work, which is good teardrops. You kind of gotta master knowing how to apply pressure and release the pressure from your brush as you're dragging your brush to create. So from here we're gonna do a swirl, and then we're gonna mimic that swirl with another one, and we're gonna do the reverse right here, which is drag it really fine and then apply the pressure. Drag it really fine and apply the pressure. These are just some basic patterns that I might use when I'm doing a sugar skull or face painting for birthday parties. Line work is everything. Whatever job I'm doing, I'm paying a lot of attention to my line work. First, you have to understand that everything you paint is going to go back to the quality of your line work. So the better you practice your line work, the better it's going to get. But the technique is really to, like I said, is apply the pressure on the brush and release the pressure, and the only way to perfect that is by practicing. You can see me do it a million times, but unless you're doing it yourself and messing up as many times as it's needed, which still happens to me too, the only way to get better is by practice. And just instead of making straight lines with the same width, you just have to know to, like I said, apply pressure and release pressure as you're dragging it, or drag it really fine and then apply the pressure. You'll be able to make all kinds of nice designs if you know how to apply the pressure and release the pressure. I would say don't get the cheapest paint brushes, but while you're learning, you're gonna mess up a couple times, so also don't go over budget. These paint brushes, I believe, this is a number 5, and I believe this one I purchased that. Oh, actually, I might have purchased this on Amazon for a group, but you can find good brushes at Michael that will work for you as long as they're flexible. And they have a fine tip that you can learn to manipulate. You should be good. Just don't get the cheapest one, and definitely don't invest too much when you're just learning. You really want it for your practice sake. The life of the brush is not gonna be that long while you're learning, so you don't need to go overboard on your budget either. The paint for line work that I use, that I've preferred for many years, and I've tested many, I use a lot of variation of paints that I love for different qualities. Depending on what you want your results to be, that's what you're gonna base what paint you're using on. But for line work, my number 1 is Wolfe. And the consistency has like a wax base, so that's what helps it make these bold lines. So that's what I recommend, using something that has wax base. The main thing that would haunt me if I don't get right is my line works. If it's a sugar skull, there's a lot of lines in it for the most part. To be honest, as far as the culture goes, you don't need to have perfect line work at all, because this holiday is not based on vanity. It's not about who looks the best, none of that. That all comes with just wanting to make it fashionable. That's a more modern view of things. Back in the day, the makeup was very rough, and it was meant to symbolize your ancestors, and it wasn't about being flashy or who looked the best, or it wasn't about outdoing each other either. But culturally, there's no significance for having perfect lines for a sugar score Day of the Dead makeup.